Hey friends, welcome back to the farm. We're going to process some eggs today because we're getting quite an abundance of them, so we need to preserve some, we need to use some up. So stick around, we'll show you the different ways we're going to do it. So we've got quite a good supply of eggs. I have another 3 dozen right here that I've washed. You don't want to wash your eggs when you first collect them or after you collect them, because if you wash the bloom off the eggs, then they need to be refrigerated. If you don't wash them, they can be on the counter and they'll be just fine. Now we give eggs to certain people. We sell eggs to some of our neighbors. So the hens are laying really good right now, so we have lots of eggs. So first thing we're going to show you is how to do the perfect boiled egg. I've said before on this channel that I tried every method there was to get an egg to peel easily, and none of them worked. Well, I have since found one. My cousin out in California, Jerry Lynn, she told me about this hack and it really works. So what I did is I put all the eggs in the pot, and then I filled it with water, measuring as it went in. It takes 3 quarts to cover these eggs. So as I took them out of the pot, I washed them because we're going to use them now. And then we cleaned the pot. I put 3 quarts of water back in the pot without the eggs because the eggs can't go in until the water's boiling. We've got our pot on to boil. Now as soon as that boils, we'll do the next step. Kelly was out tending to the chickens and she seen this little one all by itself. I guess it got tired of chasing mama around and was lagging behind, so Kelly grabbed her up. Is going to try to give her some water, or him, or whatever it is, water and something to eat, because it's probably been doing miles today. Alright, our water is officially boiling, so at this time we're going to add a heaping teaspoon of baking soda, and that's the secret to easy peel eggs. Nothing else has ever worked as good for me. So now we're going to start adding our eggs in. You want to kind of do it gingerly. So we'll use our spider here. Lower them in slowly. Alright, it's been 12 minutes. We pulled them off the stove. We're going to hit them with cold water. Stop the cooking process because we don't want overcooked eggs. If you've ever seen an overcooked boiled egg, the area around the yolk portion will be gray, and that's a telltale sign. So we're going to let this cold water run in here and cool everything down. Okay, we've cooled them down to where you can touch them now, and you don't want to cool them down all the way. You want them just a tad warm when you peel them. We'll take this leaky one out. We'll give it to the pups here in a little bit. So Kelly shakes them around in the pot and then just gets underneath the peel, gets underneath that little membrane that's under the shell, and it comes right off. Alright, Kelly got all my eggs peeled. There's a couple that's going to end up egg salad. Sometimes the yolk gets too close to the outside of the shell, and when you peel it, the white comes off of it. But I love egg salad anyway. So we're going to put these eggs in the fridge, and then we're going to make pickled eggs out of them tomorrow. Alright folks, it's the next day. We've been busy all day, so we're settled in for the night here in the house. I'm going to start putting together our pickled eggs. So we're going to start packing our jars, and we're going to do it differently in every jar, and I'll show you what we're doing as we go along. Okay, we've got our eggs packed in the jars, and this may look a little weird to you, but we're going to go through it. So this is going to be our colored horseradish recipe pickled eggs. This is going to be a cowboy candy pickled egg. And then these are going to be standard pickled eggs. And I've added pieces of hot dog in these too. My mom did this when I was little. And I absolutely love those pickled hot dogs. We used to dig those out and leave everything else. And then this one's going to be hot dogs, eggs, and jalapenos. It'll be a little more spicy, another standard recipe. So let's start on our horseradish one right now. Over here in our pot, we have some of our beets that we picked the other day. We're going to put about 1.5 cups of water in here with these, and we're going to put these to boil. So after this boils, it's going to turn this water a beautiful red color, and that's the water that we're going to use in our pickled egg recipe. So let's get the rest of our horseradish pickled eggs going. We need 1/4 cup of pickling spice in the jar. This is 1/8 cup measure, so we're going to do 2 of those. Next, we're going to add a whole teaspoon of salt. We're using our good Redmond salt. Need 1/3 cup of sugar. And 3 tablespoons of really good prepared horseradish. So now what we did is we filled the jar halfway up with just regular white vinegar, 5% vinegar. Now the other half is going to be our beet water. It's going to turn out a beautiful color. Okay, we've got our beet water poured in on top. We'll put our lid on these. The beet water will turn those eggs a beautiful pink color. So our 2 jars that have the eggs and the hot dogs and the jalapenos in this one, we're going to use just a regular pickling recipe. We've got 1/4 cup of pickling spice in each jar. We're going to do a teaspoon of salt in each jar, and that 1/3 cup of sugar goes next. Okay, we got all of our ingredients in. So now this couldn't be any easier. Just half white vinegar, half regular water. That's it. Now those 2 are done. We'll, before we put them in the fridge, we'll shake them around a couple times, get everything distributed. So let's work on our last one. So the last one to do is our cowboy candy recipe. So in our jar, we're going to put a teaspoon of garlic powder. Right in the jar. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of turmeric and then 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper or cayenne pepper, whichever you got. Okay, we've got our spices in the jar. So now we're going to work on our brine. We've got 2 cups of apple cider vinegar, 1 cup of white sugar, and 1 cup of brown sugar. And because there's so much sugar in this, we're going to heat it just till we dissolve the sugar. Doesn't have to boil. As soon as the sugar dissolves, we'll pour it in the jar. All right, brine going in. I love the smell of that apple cider vinegar. So we don't have to worry about headspace in these because they're not being canned. So we'll just fill it all the way up to the top. Well, there you go, folks. Pickled eggs, 4 different ways. We have our horseradish eggs here with our beet juice. Those eggs will turn a beautiful red-pink color. We have our regular pickled eggs with hot dogs. We've got our spicy pickled eggs with hot sauce or hot dogs. And we have our cowboy candy pickled eggs. Fantastic. Kelly picked up these lids. They're stainless steel lids. One piece. You don't have to worry about the rings and the lids being separate, they're reusable. You put them in the dishwasher. Pretty handy for this type of stuff. So we're going to get these babies down in the fridge. Well, I think Kelly's got some stuff coming out of the freeze dryer. So let's head down there and see what she's got. Freeze drying cycle's done. That's cherries. More cherries. More cherries. Apples.
Pink lady apples.
Beautiful. And strawberries. She's going to package all these up. Can I steal one?
Yeah.
That's yummy. So Kelly's putting them in Mylar bags. She did a giveaway on the Markelly Farm's Facebook page. And we have a winner, so she's packaging up some stuff for our winner of some freeze-dried items. If you haven't checked out Kelly on the Markelly Farm's Facebook page, go check her out. You'll see all of the stuff she does outside with the flowers and all the stuff she takes care of around the homestead. She put the rest, or some of the cherries, in a half-gallon jar. She's sucking the air out of it now with her little gizmo. Pretty neat. She's got the sealer over here for the Mylar bags. How long does this freeze-dried stuff last? Like 25 years?
It depends on what it is, but yeah, years.
That's awesome. Now these cherries weren't red cherries, they were dark cherries. That's why they're dark here. They didn't lose any color. They almost look like olives. But they're a lot sweeter than olives. The freeze-drying really concentrates the flavor of them. She's got a couple different types of Mylar bags. These have the tear-off strip, and then there's a zipper inside. Once it's open, you can reseal them after you're done eating what you want in their first batch. Got these oxygen-absorbing packages that you put in the package as well to keep things fresh. Oh, look at that beautiful tray of strawberries. Got our cherries and our apples done. So this is our last fruit. Now I'll take one of these strawberries and I'll show you how fast you can rehydrate one of these. I have a little bit of water here. Got one of my apples in there. But drop the strawberry in the water. Literally 3 seconds. That strawberry is rehydrated. You could use it for a fruit topping or whatever you wanted to use it for. It's already rehydrated. Yummy. Check our apple. Our apple's been in here for about 5 minutes. It's not all the way rehydrated, but that's almost back to like a cooked apple. Not quite, still got a little bite to it, but really good if you want to make an apple pie or something like that. Just soak those in water for, I would say, about 10 minutes. You're back to making like apple pie with like a fresh fruit. Kelly just told me about something that's really cool. She said if you eat like dry cereal in the morning, put some of these berries or fruit in your dry cereal, the milk will kind of rehydrate them, and you've got fruit in your cereal. You can do it with oatmeal and all that, right, babe?
You should be able to do with anything with liquid.
That's awesome. All right, folks, she's all done. Got all this from one batch done in the Blue Alpine freeze dryer. We've got 4 jars of cherries plus some Mylar pouches over there. We've got 2 jars of apples and a pouch of apples and 2 jars of strawberries and 2 packages of strawberries. These are our giveaway things here for Kelly's latest giveaway. But that's a pretty good haul for one batch. So we're going to wash those pans up and What are you doing next?
Maybe some stuff for freeze-dried soup or whatever comes out of the garden next.
She's got some special ramen noodles that she bought. She had the idea of freeze drying some vegetables and maybe some broth and putting it all in one package for like a soup where you just dump in hot water. I think that's a fantastic idea. All right, folks, that's going to wrap stuff up for today. Hope you enjoyed all of our shenanigans today. We've got so much going on right now. We're busy, busy, busy. And I'm trying to keep you all up to date on everything that we're doing. So I think we're going to do some shop stuff tomorrow. So stick around for that in a future video. So till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Come back and see us here at the farm.